Money has no utility to me beyond a certain point, which sounds insane until you realize he is not talking about yachts. He is talking about what money actually does to your life. Because most people think money changes your life in one giant moment. Like one day you were broke, then one day you were rich, then fireworks go off, your stress disappears, and your bank account starts playing angel music. That is not how it works. Money changes your life in levels. 3 of them, really. And each level changes the game in a different way. The first level buys relief. The second level buys stability. The third level buys freedom. That is the ladder. And most people stay confused because they keep trying to use money from one level to solve problems from another. They invest when they need protection. They spend when they need structure. They chase lifestyle when they still need breathing room. So let's make this simple. There are 3 money levels that actually matter. Level 1, survival money. Level 2, stability money. Level 3, freedom money. And if you understand what each level is supposed to do, you stop making emotional decisions with money and start making strategic ones. So let's start with level 1. Survival money. This is your first real layer of financial protection. This is not rich people money. This is not investing money. This is not let me finally upgrade my life money. This is life hit me in the face and I did not die financially money. That level usually starts around your first $1,000. Maybe a little more, maybe a little less. Depends on your life. But the job is the same. Shock absorption. Because when you have nothing saved, every problem becomes an emergency. Car repair, crisis. Unexpected bill, crisis. Hours cut at work, crisis. Every small hit turns into panic because you have no buffer between you and chaos. That is why the first money level matters so much. It does not make you wealthy. It makes you less fragile. And that is a huge upgrade. People underestimate what fragility costs. Fragility makes you desperate. Desperate people use credit cards for survival. Desperate people stay in terrible jobs. Desperate people make dumb decisions because they need a fix right now. So the first money level is not glamorous. It just turns your life from one surprise away from disaster into I can absorb this without losing my mind. That matters more than people think. History proves it. In 2020, when the market dropped around 34% in about a month, the people who survived best were not just the smartest investors, they were the people with cash, margin, and room. Because when you have survival money, you do not have to sell your future to survive your present. That is level 1. Now, level 2 is where things get interesting. Level 2, stability money. This is where money stops being a bandage and starts becoming structure. This is usually your first serious emergency fund, your cleaned up debt situation, and the beginning of actual financial control. This is often somewhere in the range of 3 to 6 months of expenses, plus getting rid of high interest debt, plus having systems that do not collapse every time life gets weird. Now, the exact number depends on your lifestyle. If your core monthly expenses are $2,000, then 3 months is $6,000 and 6 months is $12,000. If your monthly expenses are $4,000, now the number is much bigger. That is why one person feels stable at $10,000 while another person still feels exposed at $25,000. Because stability is not a random flex number. It is a function of your actual life. And this is where a lot of people get confused. They hit $5,000 or $10,000 saved, feel powerful for about 12 minutes, and then immediately want to invest all of it. Bad idea, because stability money has a job. Its job is to make your life hard to break, not to look impressive, not to get the highest return, not to turn you into a stock market genius. Its job is to keep your foundation from cracking. That means your rent gets weird, you're okay. You lose work for a month, you're okay. Your car dies, you're okay. You need time to think instead of react, you're okay. That is a massive life upgrade, because once you have stability money, you stop making every decision under pressure, and pressure ruins judgment. This is also the level where high interest debt becomes unacceptable. Because if you are paying 20% to 30% on credit cards, You are not building stability. You are renting your life from the future. This is why so many people earn decent money and still feel broke. Not because they earn too little, because their money never gets to become stable. It just flows in, then straight back out to debt, payments, subscriptions, rent, and normal life. That is not stability, that is motion. And motion can look like progress without actually being progress. So level 2 is the level where money stops moving randomly and starts holding your life together. That is huge. Now level 3. This is the level people actually dream about. Freedom money. This is the level where money starts buying options. Not just relief, not just protection, options. This is where money changes from I can survive bad luck to I can choose better. That is a very different thing. Because survival money helps you not drown. Stability money helps you float. Freedom money lets you steer. This is where you can leave bad work. Take a career risk, move cities, start something, say no, think long term, invest without panic. Make decisions based on opportunity, not desperation. That is what people actually want when they say, I want to be rich. Most people do not want a gold-plated toothbrush. They want room. They want the ability to breathe. They want their life to stop feeling like a constant negotiation with bills. That is freedom. And here is the uncomfortable truth. Freedom money is a lot bigger than people think, because real freedom is expensive. Not because freedom itself costs money, because your fixed life costs money. If your life requires $4,000 a month to exist, then 12 months of freedom is $48,000. That is just 1 year of breathing room. Now, if you also want investment income or real long-term optionality or early retirement potential, the number gets much larger. This is where people start to realize, oh, so the goal isn't just more income, it's more margin. Exactly. Margin is what turns money levels into life changes. Because if your expenses grow as fast as your income, you can earn more and still never reach level 3. That is why two people can make the same salary and live in totally different realities. One has no margin. One has plenty. One feels rich for social media. One becomes free in real life. And freedom wins every time. Now, here is where history helps again. Think about every financial crisis. 1929, 2008, 2020. Different causes, different villains, same lesson. The people who get wrecked hardest are usually not the people with the lowest income alone. They are the people with the least flexibility. Too much debt, too many fixed costs, no cash, no room. When the music stops, they have nowhere to go. That is why these 3 levels matter so much. Each level reduces fragility. Level 1 reduces panic. Level 2 reduces instability. Level 3 reduces dependence. That is the progression. So how do you actually use this? Simple. Figure out which level you are in, not the one you want to be in, the one you are actually in. If you are below level 1, your goal is not investing harder or buying a course or pretending to be a wealth builder. Your goal is survival money. Get your first real buffer. If you are in level 1 but not yet level 2, your goal is not flashy growth. Your goal is stability, emergency fund, debt cleanup, control. If you already have stability, then and only then does level 3 become the game. That is where long-term investing, career leverage, and optionality start to matter more. But notice how different that is from how most people behave. Most people want level 3 visuals with level 1 finances. They want the lifestyle of freedom without building the structure of freedom. That is why so many people look successful and feel trapped. They skip the levels. You cannot skip the levels. Money punishes impatience. Here's a simple example. Imagine 3 people. Person A has $500 and no buffer. Person B has $10,000, no toxic debt, and 3 months of expenses saved. Person C has $75,000 invested, low fixed costs, and can survive a year without panic. Who changed their life the most? Most people would point at person C. And yes, that is freedom money. But person B may have experienced the biggest emotional shift because going from fragility to stability is one of the most powerful upgrades in life. You sleep differently. You think differently. You negotiate differently. You stop feeling hunted. That is why people who have never had a buffer often underestimate how powerful boring money really is. Boring money changes your nervous system, and freedom money changes your future. That is the right order, not the other way around. So here is the trap to avoid. Do not use survival money to chase freedom. Do not use stability money to perform wealth. Do not invest money you might need next month. Do not upgrade your life before your life is structurally safe. Do not confuse looking ahead with being ahead, because the whole point of moving up money levels is not to feel richer for 5 minutes. It is to become harder to break for years. That is what matters. Now, the gray area. No, money does not solve everything. A bigger bank account does not make you wise. It does not make your relationships healthy. It does not make you disciplined. It does not magically give you purpose, but it does remove a lot of unnecessary suffering, and that matters because a surprising amount of what people call stress is really just financial fragility wearing a fake name tag. The first 3 money levels do not buy happiness. They buy fewer stupid problems. And that is a very good deal. So here is the final thought. The 3 money levels that change your life are simple. First, money that helps you survive shocks. Second, money that stabilizes your life. Third, money that gives you options. That is the ladder. Do not rush to the top. Build the level you are actually on. Because once you understand what your current money is supposed to do, you stop wasting it on the wrong job, and that is when money starts changing your life for real. Subscribe for more simple, animated finance videos.